Hello and welcome to Claudia the Camper, all about my 70s style camper conversion. So today we're taking a look at our DIY ultra compact camper kitchen, built around the lovely Dometic 9722 stainless steel sink and hob unit. Space was very tight in our layout, and we think that this is the perfect solution. Stick around to hear about the design process, some important safety considerations, measurements, and also our footage from the build. I'd be genuinely interested in your thoughts. It's great to build things from scratch because then you have full control over the design. I thought about the camper kitchen right at the start of the build because I knew it would be a big factor in our van layout. I chose the Dometic 9722 for our kitchen unit because it's a compact little stove and sink combo, having dual burners with protective flip-up lids and piezo ignition. The burners have a flame failure device to ensure that the gas will shut off if the flame is extinguished unexpectedly. The sink unit has an ordering option of either being right or left of the hob. It has its own lid and a hole for a tap. I went for a Reich Deluxe cold tap with a micro switch to operate a whale pump. So having bought this Dometic unit, it became central to the overall van design jigsaw puzzle. So how was I going to cram everything I wanted into my van, including a decent table and beds? For the kitchen, I started by thinking through some basics. The topmost consideration is safety. Naked flames from cooking must never come into contact with anything combustible. Cooking generates smoke and needs good ventilation. Burning gas must always have adequate ventilation. Things can go wrong when cooking, and at worst, a frying pan can catch alight. All this made me decide to site the kitchen unit right next to the sliding door, directly under a skylight for overhead ventilation. There was just enough space to mount the unit behind the passenger seats, but it was really tight. And so it was essential that our unit was ultra compact. So this is what I designed. It's a sturdy wooden framed unit with 4 compartments, with the unit bolted to the floor. The frame is covered in 9mm ply with simple magnetic doors. Bottom right is a freshwater 20-litre removable container. This is strapped securely in place using D-rings attached to the frame. A whale pump dips into this container with the electric cable and water pipe joined using cable ties. Above this is the gas bottle. I went for a Camping Gas 907 propane refillable bottle because it's a handy size and I have a local refill supplier. The Dometic hob comes with the pipework for the burners all completed, and it's just a case of attaching the gas hose to the Dometic unit's pipe using an 8mm compression fitting. If the gas cylinder wasn't mounted directly under the hob, it would have been necessary to use additional copper piping. It's critical to use a proper compression fitting coupled with a suitable regulator and hose on the gas bottle. I put in the necessary safety vent in the base of the van in case of gas leaks. Propane is heavier than air, so if there was a leak, it would fill up the van a bit like filling up a bath with water. So the vent acts like a plug hole and lets the gas drain away. So it's an essential thing to have. I also added a propane gas detector alarm on the outside of the unit. as well as a carbon monoxide detector higher up in the van. It's worth noting that carbon monoxide is generated when a flame doesn't burn with sufficient oxygen, but this alarm wouldn't detect a gas leak. On a general point, I also have 2 fire extinguishers in the van plus a fire blanket. Fire blanket is more appropriate for cooking fires, but truthfully, I'd probably try to throw a burning pan out of the van if I could. Moving on the top left is the waste or grey water canister. Yes, this is small, but it works well and I didn't want to have the complication of a pipe leading outside. This is a simple, minimal setup, and it's easy to whip this canister out and empty it. Alongside this, I made a cutlery container and a holder for cooking bits and bobs. Finally, the last compartment in the unit is for the cassette toilet. It lets the toilet slide out onto the camper floor. Now let's look at some footage from the build. You'll see that I used plenty of half-lap joints for the frame, some jigsaw and router work for the cupboard doors. The unit is bathed in walnut wood dye with a floor varnish finish. But just before this, if you're finding this useful, please like and subscribe to make sure you get more useful information from Claudia's build. So there we have it. This was a mini project in itself, but I'm chuffed with how it turned out. It all functions really well. See my separate video about how I made the splashback tiles out of MDF. I hope this has been useful to you and hope to see you again next time. Bye for now.